You should get the day off. Ideally, you've detected the sarcasm by now, but the Leafs have indeed made a trade. It is in division, and I think it's a nice little trade. It's cute, and it makes sense for both teams. Toronto Maple Leafs have acquired a 5th-round pick from the Ottawa Senators in exchange for Sammy Ersson. Now, some of you are going to say, when did the Leafs get Sammy Ersson? And the answer is in the Joseph Woll trade with the Philadelphia Flyers. You should have been paying attention. Now, some of you are going to be like, who's Sammy Ersson? And I'm not, no, you should, that's disrespectful. You should know who he is. He's a goalie. Oh, the Leafs traded one of their goalies? Well, he was never really one of their goalies, but kinda. And they traded him to the Ottawa Senators for a 5th-round pick. Believe it or not, there is actually something to talk about. I think there's going to be a lot of tinkering done. There's already a ton of tinkering getting done because the draft begins tonight and pours all the way into tomorrow. When you think about it, between the first and the second round, the draft is like 10 hours. The first round is 5, and we know that because last year we streamed it and it was 5. And this year we're going to stream it and it's going to be 5 on the STPN YouTube channel, 6:45 p.m. Eastern. That's when we're going to start. And we are not shutting it off until it's done. And if it's done before it's 5 hours, I'm going to stay on there. I'm going to refuse to leave. It's got to be 5. Anyway, the reason that is a tiny little decent trade for the Leafs is they were never going to keep Sammy Ersson. When the Philadelphia Flyers traded Sammy Ersson to the Leafs in the Joseph Woll trade, he was a restricted free agent, so they were going to have to re-sign him. And you could send him a qualifying offer, but his qualifying offer was going to be more than league minimum, which was going to make it too much for the Leafs. On account of, I don't know, they don't really need him in net right now. They got Anthony Stolarz as an option. They have Dennis Hildeby as an option. They have Artur Akhtemov as an option, and maybe they even signed someone else. But if he's good, why wouldn't they sign him? Now you're asking the right questions. So last year, he was not good, like at all. Not even kind of. Sammy Ersson has been good. He's played 143 games in the NHL in net for the Philadelphia Flyers. He's represented Team Sweden at the World Juniors. He even represented Team Sweden and got into a game at the Four-Nation Face-Off last year. He played 33 games this past season. How did it go? Well, now you're asking the right questions again. He had a 14-11-5 record, which is not great, not horrendous, with an .870 save percentage. Good gracious, that is horrendous. And after a pretty decent debut in the NHL, probably earlier than most people would have projected, it's kind of been all downhill for his stats. In his first season, he played 12 games, had an .899 save percentage. Hey, this kid might be something. In the 23-24 season, he played, I had to check just to make sure, 51 games? 51 games? All right, that's why Dan Vladar got Hart votes this year. That's crazy. An .890 save percentage. The next season, not much better. A 47-game season with an .883. The stereotype with the Flyers and goaltending is very much earned. I know it was good this past year, but holy cow. And then again, like I said, .870 save percentage last year, which that's not NHL quality. So why would the Sens want him? Well, he's 26. Honestly, this is roughly when he should be breaking into the NHL. The 143 games he's played in the NHL, that number should be cut by 3/4. And it should have been spent in the American League, but a lot of stuff happened with the Flyers, and even though his stats weren't very good, there was a long time there where Sammy Ersson was just straight up the best option they had. 2 seasons ago, Sammy Ersson had an .880 save percentage. 3 goalies played for the Flyers. He was one of them. He had the best save percentage. Ivan Fedotov was an .880. Alexei Kolosov was an .867. This past season in 4 games, he was an .830. Madone. All that to say, the Sens feel like they need help in net, leaving Leevi Merilainen just out there to get decimated by opponents night in and night out. Doesn't make sense for a guy who looks like a young and promising goaltender. Maybe Sammy Ersson could be part of the help back there for Linus Ullmark, who would know him as countrymen, and they would have been in the Swedish program together. And worth pointing out, my guess is Sammy Ersson's going to be pretty affordable for the Sens. Now, why does this make sense for the Leafs? Well, they get an asset for a guy they weren't going to keep, which is always, always, always a win. But the fact that they get a 5th for him, I'm stunned. And maybe I'm overreacting to a deal involving a 5th round pick, but that's stunning. Steve, what are you talking about? The Leafs got Darren Radish for a 5th round pick. It was just his signing rights. It's Darren Radish. Yeah, but he's a UFA and Ersson's an RFA. It's Darren Radish. Yeah, but the Ersson pick's not till 2027. It's Darren Radish. So like 99% literally, the Leafs paid the same price for Darren Radish that the Ottawa Senators just paid for Sammy Ersson. Both trades involving the Leafs, both trades in division. That's great. It's a little thing, it's a very tiny thing, but it's good. Any good work is good work. Now, where this deal might end up sucking is Ottawa signs him and he does very well for them. That would suck. But consider this. If the Leafs don't qualify him, which it doesn't sound like they were going to, Ersson then becomes a free agent and Ottawa can sign him anyway. You might as well have them pay you to do it. And now the Leafs kind of have an interesting pick situation for 2027. This is the 2026 draft, but I'm talking about 2027. They don't have their own 1st round pick. They do have Colorado's 1st round pick, so they have a 1st round pick. They have 2 2nd rounders, their own and Columbus's. That's from the Bobby McMahon trade. They don't have a 3rd. They do have a 4th. They have 2 5ths and 2 6ths. The 5ths are their own and Ottawa's from this trade. And the 6th are their own and a 6th round pick that they actually got in the Scott Laughton deal that I had forgotten about. And of course, the 7th round pick that they will use to select someone who will one day end up in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So, there you have it. The answer to producer Drew's question, you're not seriously making a video about Samuel Ersson getting traded for a 5th round pick, are you? Yes. Yes, that might be him right now. It is him right now. Shooting? Done shooting. And now I'm about to send it to you. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this wee little deal. And 6:45 p.m. Eastern, SDPN YouTube channel, we're going to be streaming the entire 1st round of the Upper Deck NHL Draft. Yeah. 5th rounders.